Wag! It is Orktober, and what better time than now to finish off some loose ends? Yeah, right. We need to finish off our little combat patrol here because I think it's long enough that these guys have gone without being finished up. So, I've started a new way of dealing with them. Well, I say dealing with them. Painting them up to a decent level. Nothing super duper, but nice enough for your standard boy. So, what I've done is I've dry brushed them in scrag brown. Then I've used contrast for the trousers, just a blue. Then I've ushabti bound everything that I want yellow and contrasted that as well. Then I'm going to contrast the boots, do the metals, and probably do some reds. And then I think each of them I might put a little bit of freehand, just some black flames or some dags or something on them. But the older format ones, I need to ushabti bone, like all the t-shirts and stuff like that. And I think the contrast, the blue, might work on the trousers on these guys. I don't know. I don't know whether or not I do need to do a dry brush. So I'm probably going to pick one at random, do a test on it, see how it comes out. Then it's weaponry on them. So it'll be doing the rockets a little bit fancier, putting some reds or something on the weaponry themselves. Same with the sluggers. Probably picking out some parts of the guns and putting some red on there as well. Then it's working on the war boss, which I've done a couple of extra colours on him. You know, I think he deserves it. He performed very well last night for me. I had a combat patrol game with the missus, and it was very interesting. He landed all of his attacks on a charge and wiped out her, what's it called? Verdengast, is it? The leader thing. Her leader thing, basically. He just obliterated it. It was crazy. And then we have the Deathcopters as well, which did very, very fun stuff. They got their Whirling Blades attack off after a deep strike, which was very, very fun. But I did give these guys a little bit of a tickle yesterday. As you can see, there is a bit more balance on their yellows, but the pilots themselves and most of the mechanical bits have not been touched. So it's just a bit of base yellows on them. But I think that they're coming on. They're coming on. And it's definitely time that I get these guys done. Definitely time. Because if the missus is actually wanting to play more games, then I don't want to embarrass her with crappy painted models in there. So, yeah, extra incentive for me. And these guys, now that they have their combat patrol loadout, which is how they will be staying, I know I chopped and changed with them, but they'll be staying with the combat patrol loadouts like this. So we can do that as well. And that is the rest of the patrol, because obviously the Death Dread, he is completely done. And he got quite a lot of attention yesterday, honestly. I was very proud of that. So it does encourage me to do better, you know? I want to improve. I enjoy my painting. I enjoy my miniatures, and every miniature that I want to add to the collection for orcs needs to be at a higher standard, I think. I can't just slap a layer of paint on and say that's part of the collection, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm wanting to make everything as good as it possibly can be for the collection, because, like I say, it's the whole prestige of it all. Hence this guy over here. He's had a couple of bit of extra bright stuff popped on him here and there, and I'm still not happy with this gun. That needs work more, and he needs some freehand too, because this should be looking as snazzy as possible. I mean, the bad moons. They are bad moons, and that is what I'm going to be doing. So main focus this month is going to start with tying up loose ends. So it is combat patrol. Then we will be working on this. If some of you know what this is, that's great. If you don't, then it is a knobs on warbike kit from Forge World. So we will be doing that after. And then we will finally be doing the bikes. So I can play 40k properly instead of it just being limited to combat patrol. But yeah, I'm going to get cracked on. Like I say, got the new format done. Let's see how they turn out. No. Right, I've had enough now. I've been sat here for nearly an hour, fumbling over my words and getting really annoyed with myself with what I'm actually saying. So we're going to quick fire this properly. Come on, Beef, you can do it. Right, I've decided now. These guys over here, this combat patrol, everything that's happening with those, they are my Wednesday warriors. Yeah, we'll call them Wednesday warriors, right? When I go into my local Warhammer shop on Wednesdays for the Wednesday workshop, I will take these guys in and I will do them in there. And these will be my happy, fun time. Let's play around with paint and just have some fun time. Yep. Because I play combat patrol with the missus, like I say, or at least I'm trying to do that more so, which is fantastic. And I want the models to look nice, but there's no big rush for these guys. Whereas this guy, this is a work war boss now. He is work as such, making YouTube videos, but yeah, I'm hardly a professional. I haven't been paid for anything. You know what I mean? So it's all off my own back. Took him in today for a little bit of a tickle, but I didn't realise that the place was fully booked, so I didn't get round to doing anything. But in his travels, he has lost some paint on his ear, which is not good. So that means he needs to be done pristine and right and varnished and just generally sorted. But he needs to be more bad moons, which is why I've got all these paints over here. Like I said, it's took me however many tries to attempt to record this. So if I move him out of the way and I bring these paints forwards, these are all of the paints that I will use on one model. All of these paints will get used on one model. That is a lot of colours for one model. If I'd have picked Goth, for example, say this guy was a Goth, right? What would happen to him? You'd spray him black, you'd paint his gun silver, you'd do his skin, teeth, eyes, fingernails, dry brush him. Done. That's a Goth. Yeah? You might put some checks somewhere if you're feeling extra fancy. But this guy is a bad moon. So he needs yellow armour. But his yellow armour needs to be crisp and clean. It can't look messy. Because although he is an orc, he is a bad moon orc. They have all the best bits. They're not grungy and mucky like the other ones. They are the pristine of orcs. You know what I mean? They're the smarter ones. So, what does that mean? That means that, for example, if this guy had an earring or a metal bracelet, it wouldn't be silver. It should be gold. For example, these spikes on his back here, honestly, I shouldn't have painted those silver. They should be gold, because bad moons. His gun would be black, white, red, silver or copper, or a mixture of the two, and all of his bullets should be red. That's a huge difference already just on a piece of armour and a gun. Not to mention, generally they have blue trousers, black boots, and yellow clothes. You know what I mean? So you've got a mid colour, you've got a darker colour, and you've got a light colour. And then the trims are gold. Then you've got your leather straps, which should be in good condition as well. It's ridiculous. Why did I choose Bad Moons? If I'd have done Goths, I could have just gone black, pow, dry brush, done. You know? But no. That's what it is. So that brings me on to my point now. Got my Wednesday Warriors. I need my bikes. This is my bikes. So I'm trying to figure a formula in my head of how I'm going about each individual model. Because like I say, red bullets, red bits on the gun, black bits on the gun, white bits on the gun, metal bits on the gun. Just the gun. What order do I do them? The guns vary. Which guns? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that sort of thing. That's what I'm trying to think of. But it's all part of the collection and trying to keep them all pristine and in good nick and not look like arse, honestly. Because I'm trying to become a better painter and getting a good structure and way of painting will definitely help that. And also, I'm trying to future-proof it because I want to collect one of every single orc model. So when I paint this guy here with the big chopper, I want him to be part of the collection one day. So he will be painted pristinely because he is this variant of this model done. You know what I mean? Whereas this guy over here with the power claw and the pistol would be exactly the same. And he would also go into the collection because technically, although the bodies are the same, the arms aren't. So therefore, they're two different versions. And I've got to do that with everything. So me wrapping my head round these bikes, getting a good order of them, and how to paint each colour in this pile here in the right order to get a pristine looking, fantastic Bad Moons orc will help me with the collection. And speaking of that, again, I need to make a Google document. And in that Google document, I want to list every single orc model that has ever been made. And I would like a reference to its weaponry, its variants, its year of manufacture, and what it's casted in. If it's plastic, if it's fine cast, if it's pewter, you know, that sort of thing. And it's going to be a lot of research for just me alone. So this is where I'm hoping you guys can help me. Help me fill in those gaps. And I'm also thinking about starting streaming. If that is something that you guys would be interested in, please let me know down in the comments and I'll try and hopefully stream maybe once or twice a week. Obviously, I'm going to have to start over on Twitch because I'm not monetized or whatever here on YouTube, so I haven't unlocked the ability to stream on YouTube, which I would honestly prefer to do. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, yeah. You could always subscribe. That would be nice, you know, help me get there. But, yeah, it's one of them. So, I'm going to go off now, and I'm going to have a good, solid think about the structure, the way that I'm going to do all this, and I'm going to write it down in a notebook, and I'm going to keep that as my formula moving on from this point, and hopefully I can develop it enough to get those really, really good high-end finishes on particular models. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a gas today with this video, but thank you for listening. I hope it's come across right because, like I say, I've tried to say this about 5 or 6 times, and I keep stumbling over my words and forgetting things. So let's do a quick recap to refresh my memory and make sure that I've done everything. We have Wednesday Warriors. We have currently Work War Boss. He needs doing for work time. We have all the paints being used by Bad Moons in general. We've talked about the formula for them, and we've talked about bikes. Then, I don't know if I said about files, but I bought some files because I need those for our Forge World kit, which I haven't touched a lot of it, honestly, but that will be next on the agenda. Then we've talked about subscribing, because that's what you should do, because it'll help me out massively. Thank you in advance. And then we've talked about the actual collection, making a Google document. If there is some random, rare, obscure model that you are aware of, that I may not know, it could be really, really obscure, like one of the old Canon variants, let me know in the comments. That'd be nice. And lastly, streaming. Yeah. Let me know about streaming if it's something you want me to have a look at doing. Hopefully, we can hang out and hobby and talk about orcs. Yeah, because orcs are ace and fun and stupid, and everybody likes them, even if they just want to stomp them on the battlefield. Nobody can say a bad word about orcs because they're just stupid. And if you did, they'd be too stupid to care. But anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you for hanging around, listening to me gas away. Sorry there isn't anything really productive. And my God, I can't get this sheath onto the brush. There we go. Wow, that was awkward. I was looking at my screen whilst doing that instead of looking down and trying to actually do it. Oh no. But yeah, don't forget to take care of yourselves. You know, happy hobby time. Hope you achieve what you want to achieve. Hope your colour theories work out all right. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.